Hello everyone, it's Hamza here, and in this video I'm going to be walking you through how to self-host Classroom IO on Dokploy. The expectation is that the same way we can self-host Classroom IO on Qualify and Railway, we should be able to also do that on Dokploy. So let's get started with that. So ideally, I assume that you already have uh, a Dokploy account. If you don't have, you have to register set up a remote server. I already did that, but this is what it's meant to look like, something of this nature. So you could use DigitalOcean, Ethernet, or whatever. So going to come back to the project and click on this. So this is going to be Classroom IO, and I'll click create. The next thing for me to do is to create the service, and for this service I'm going to select compose, and I'm going to select Classroom IO here also. Select my server, the DigitalOcean server, or in your case, you can choose any server of your choice. So, compose type is already selected. This is Docker Compose. Yeah, then I'll click on create. So, now this is created already. The next thing for me to do is to come here. So, right now, you have an option to either connect your GitHub, GitLab, Bitbucket, but what I'm going to do is just copy the exact compose file. Yeah, so going to come to the GitHub. If you come to the GitHub, just click on the Docker Compose images.yaml. So I'm going to copy this and I'm going to paste this. So save. Nice. So the next thing to do is to set up the environment variable. I'm going to pause this so that it's not going to be long because some of them have to be generated. So nice. I'm done generating this. So the expectation is that you have to generate um, these guys. So the ones without any value in front of them are optional. You understand me? So what I'm going to do is come here. So let's click on developer self-hosting and scroll down a bit. Yeah. So in this page, you get a sneak peek of the variables that are essential because I mean we're ideally using this Docker Compose images. So you can see what we have here. From this is like a bit explanation. So yeah, the next thing to do is let me come back here. So I'll walk you through each of this step by step. So I've assumed that you've pointed this domain to the IP of your server. So if you are using Etna or you are using any VPS whatsoever that you've connected to Dokploy, that's what's ensure that it's pointed to the actual domain here. So um, what else? Yeah. So we have this better out secrets and all of that. So you can pause the video at this point so you can get a proper view of what I added and what I did not add. So next thing I'm going to do is just click on save. After that is done, I'm going to come to the general and click on deploy. Then if you notice, okay, while that is coming up, if you notice in the environment variables, I used CIF version 1. That's because we have a stable release version 1 here, so you can try to use latest or anyone in the future. But this is exactly where you're going to get it, up the docker.com/r/classroom IO. So you're going to see all our services here. So let's come back here. The general, okay, deployment. So we have this deployment still running. I'm going to pause it. Nice, voila. So the deployment is working fine. The next thing to do is to add domains because if you don't add the domain here, we won't be able to access the actual URL for um, for for the service for the dashboard specifically and some of the other services. So let's come here. You notice we have amza.xz. This is the domain I'm using actually. So what going to do is click on add domain, select the specific service that the domain belongs to. In this case, this is dashboard. Hamza dots. So here, scroll down a bit. Then this is the port that we are exposing in the compose file. After which, ensure that you add this. Then you select this one. Let's encrypt. Let's encrypt is like a default one that has been provided to us by Dokploy. So just go ahead with that. Click on create. After you're done creating, click on validate DNS. That's done validating. Pretty watch fast. Then you deploy again. You want to deploy this. So this is going to take a few minutes also. So I'm going to pause again while we come back to check it. Nice. So this is done deploying also. So the next thing for me to do is to um, come to the URL and try accessing try to access the domain for the dashboard. So here, click on this and voila. This is nice. Voila. Account is created successfully. Then you set up. So ideally what's happening here is that you are an admin of this particular project because you are the first sign up in the database. So the next thing to do is click on continue. Then we need to verify the email after this step is completed. So yeah, next the next thing for me to do is to verify my email. I'm going to pause also, and now the email is verified. Interesting. So what you can do if you intend to add someone to your organization, let's say another admin or a tutor, all you have to do is just click on settings organizations, then team, then you invite any person that you want to invite. And then subsequent sign up from the this URL is going to be students signing up here. So in case you have any question, don't forget to ask in the comment or anywhere you're watching.